This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson. We're selling this truck. It is a 2011 Toyota Tundra crew cab. It's a full four-door SR5, two-wheel drive with a 5.7 liter V8. It is the Texas edition, and that is a real thing. If you look it up, it comes with the 20-inch BBS wheels, and that's what it has. It was a theft recovery we purchased directly from an insurance company here in Tucson. Usually our vehicles come from elsewhere, but I actually got to see this before I bid on it, and I knew it was going to be a nice truck. Of course, they were too cheap to get a battery or keys for it, so we found out that it has 13,000 miles after we got it, which is a good thing. Yeah, let's see. Looks to me like the tires are brand new. Another very good thing. When you see tires that are brand new, you can see these. We didn't buy these tires. So someone spent well over $1,000 on 20-inch tires right before it was stolen. Car thieves don't do that. So that's a very good sign. Let's see. I see a little bit of a push-in right here on this bumper. I don't know if you can see that or not, but when you're standing at the front, you don't notice it, but when you sit it at the side, you can kind of see it. Like that. Anyway, it's my job to point out the defects, not to miss anything that's wrong. So if it goes to Michigan or whatever, I see kind of like a little hairline scratch here. It's very minor, but I got to point this stuff out because inevitably it'll go to somebody who won't be mad at me for not pointing everything out. And these tires, I actually think that they're probably more like 1,200 for these tires than 1,000. I did myself a little bit of touch up right between my fingers, right in that little circle there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right in there. There's just like little tiny scratches right there. Let's see. On this door, passenger rear door, at the end of our gallery, we'll have pictures of the before and after, but there was a little dent right here that by itself we could have dent busted, but there also was almost a twin dent down here on the lower part. And my dent buster guy said that if we dent busted it, it would probably crack the paint. We'd owe him money, and and we'd have cracked paint. So we decided just to paint that door. So we had our painter, who's a very good painter, do it. And that's what we did. We figured for a 13,000 mile truck, it needs to probably be fixed correctly. I also did this. There's some little tiny scratches right in here. I'm not sure what it got into, but it's really light and like just right there. There's your passenger rear tire. We did not do the tires. That's how it showed up. And that's kind of why I bought it. I knew that nobody's crazy enough to spend that kind of money and then not have a good truck. I touched up this and this and this right there. There's a little funkiness right there that I thought looked better with color on it. There was a little scratch there. There's your bed liner. You have plugs here, plug there, tow package. I see a little ding right here and one right here. If you can see that or not. There you go, I can see it there, the picture. It's a beautiful truck, man. This is when a couple years from now, when I can afford to keep my own vehicles, when I like them a lot, this would be it. I see it. It looks like I don't know if that's a dent or just I don't know what that is. I don't think it is. I'm trying to get an angle here. Nah. Like I said, it's really important for me to show you guys everything that I may or may not see. And sometimes I see things that aren't there. Just to be on the safe side. Let me show this again. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Yeah, from here, it looks like there's like a little door ding right here. But I think that the that wouldn't be worth doing anything with. Let's look under the hood real quick. You got the proper stickers. There's your Toyota stickers. Let's see. You got the nice looking motor. Got a new battery. Nice and straight. You got the Toyota radiator and everything. There's the core support down there, which is of course straight. Like I said, this is a theft recovery on a salvage title due to theft. Please watch that little animated video that we have, and it explains why they do that and what it means and blah blah blah. Basically, it just means that you get to save a lot of money because people don't want the insurance companies don't want to be sued for liability when they sell these things, so they just throw the paperwork under the bus, take their lumps because they've already lost a fortune, and move on. There's your door panels. And no, it did not come with floor mats. And I just went down to Precision to get some, and I didn't want to pay $92 for floor mats, and that's our cost. So maybe a trip to AutoZone or something. Like, you know, I think who buys this is not going to care about the floor mats, at least I hope not. Got some rear air vents, which is nice. Really pretty truck. Pouch there, windows. Let's see, we got power seat. Make sure that works, and it does. Let's try this. And that goes back. Power seat works fine. There's your carpet. Let's see. Over here you got the cargo light on and off here. Grab the keys out of the door. Learned a long time ago not to leave the keys in the ignition because inevitably you end up locked out. Alright. And it's really humid today in Tucson, probably 100 degrees and about 80% humidity. We're about to get crushed by a very large storm that's going to happen here fairly soon, which is going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Alright, let's turn on the radio. Oh, there's the clue. That's where the car went. Let's make sure everything works here.
Cruising across the country.
There you go. Here's some controls.
Isn't that just incredible sight?
Unbelievable.
Okay, that works. Radio stuff works. There's your tilt and cruise down here. Obviously, you got Bluetooth phone. Passenger seat. This is just a pretty truck, man. This is a really nice truck. There's my brother coming in with another truck we just bought, which is just a beautiful truck. Alright, let me get the cruise control off. 13,136 miles. Turn the lights on in here, maybe we can see a little bit better. There we go. There's all your gauges. It's been running for about an hour. There's your tranny temp. There's everything at once. Okay, let's see. Let's go for a ride real quick. The air is blowing ice cold too, and it feels really, really good. Really good. Let's see. Let's turn it down so maybe you can hear me better. I'm not even sure what all this stuff does. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. It's also got a rear window. There's a rear window, down and up. Let's make sure we have all the windows working here. There's the passenger front window, passenger rear window. Let's see, driver rear window, and driver window. And also, I'm sure it's pretty obvious, but it's got side curtains, airbags all the way around. And it's got airbags on the back, on the sides of the seats and everything. So you're all airbagged up here. And let's go for a ride. Pretty, pretty truck. If this thing were white, it would be flawless. But black and dark green, any dark colors show everything. Those scratches that I touched up would have never shown up if it was black. that'd be the seatbelt when I'm driving. Anyway, try to disregard the seatbelt. Oh, crud. Sorry about the bell, but I'm just going to get this over with real quick. Anyway, this is a salvage title due to theft. If you want to drive it home, you have to get the title restored. That means we have to take it down to the cops, do a level 3 inspection. Then we take the inspection sheet they give us and the salvage title, and we get what's called a restored salvage title. At that point, you can get registration for the vehicle and insurance. Temporary plates to drive it out of the state, or temporary plates for in-state. That's $200. $50 goes to the state, $150 goes to us. Why so much? Because some days, about half the time, we spend the entire day down there watching them eat and talk and chat while they do nothing with our vehicles. The other half of the time, they're done in 10 minutes, so it kind of equals out. Sometimes I lose a guy for an entire day, is why. And it's a huge time saver and frustration saver for you. I recommend it. But if you know how to do it in your state and you're going to ship it out of state, then I guess you can handle it yourself. Just make sure you know that if you don't have us restore it, A, you can't drive it out of Arizona, and B, all you're going to get is a salvage title, a bill of sale, and the truck. So make sure with your motor vehicles you can do that. So let's recap. If you come to Tucson, $200 to restore the title to drive it away, that's mandatory. There's a $250 dock fee, that is mandatory. And then there's taxes. 2% city tax in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax is. In Oregon or Alaska, it's 0, so all you'd pay is 2%. Other states are a lot higher, it just depends. Just add 2% to your state, and that'll be the number. And then, let's see, what else was I going to say? That's it. If you're going to ship, all you're going to pay is the agreed upon price, plus the restore fee if you want us to restore it. Very simple. I'm going to do a little burnout here just to see what happens. Yeah. Okay. So, I am very, very, very positive that this thing runs like brand new because I just did it. I just drove it as hard as you can drive it. It runs great. So have no fear. If you want to take this thing to Maine in the morning, you're going to Maine, and you'll get there. Very nice truck. Please make sure you get a deposit in. Unless we have a deposit, there is no deal. We can agree on a price all day long, but without a deposit, we don't have a deal. Someone that comes in after you and actually puts a deposit down, they get it. That's as simple as that. It's just, we've held cars so long, and we just, we can't do that anymore. We have to get a deposit. There's too many people watching our site that want our cars. Anyway, please have a great week, great weekend. Sorry if this was a little bit of a rambling video. It's like 400 degrees, and I came out of the heat and about to die. That's the storm that's coming this way right there. And yeah, it's going to get ugly. So we're trying to race through all this. Anyway, have a great week and be safe.